Hey everyone, it's the Angry Honey Badger, and today we're taking a look at another champion build video and guide. I am playing as Kha'Zix in the top lane. Here, I'm going to get into a level 1 fight against the enemy team Kha'Zix. I get the first hit off, and I'm going to get slightly ahead. I'm going to start to use a health pot too while I'm fighting. Going to chase him too a little bit. He did get the slow off on me with his passive, but I'm going to flash forward, ignite him, hit him one more time. I am going to take one hit from the turret, but I'm going to be fine, and I'm going to be able to pick up first blood, which is going to definitely help me early on in this game. I'll probably have a little bit better lane presence than the enemy Kha'Zix, because he's going to feel slightly behind since he lost that fight. I'm going to go ahead and head back to base, though, since I do have 600 gold. I'm going to pick up a longsword, and I'm going to pick up a ward, so I can be safe, since I'm going to probably be a little bit pushed up here, since I'm going to have the upper hand against the enemy Kha'Zix. Your Q ability, which is the very first thing I do take, and the very first ability I do max out completely, that is going to be incredibly nice for in-lane situations, for hitting them and poking them and doing damage. Now, as for your passive, your unseen threat, now when you kind of go out of vision of the enemy team and just jump back into a bush real quick and do that, your next basic attack will deal bonus damage and will slow for a tiny bit, which is kind of a nice thing to have, so you can get off a few extra hits in lane. You'll see me just kind of poke my head back into the bush, come back out, and just kind of make sure that that is up and available for whenever I want to. Also, if you go into bushes, it can, I don't know, I think it kind of confuses enemies a little bit to whether or not you're going to go back in that bush, or whether or not you're camping out in that bush, or what you're doing. So this top lane phase, I'm going to have kind of a hard time getting to poke him, because my lane never kind of gets completely reset. And he kind of plays a little bit safer after he loses that first blood, which is what you should do. If you do lose first blood right away and they're playing aggressive, you need to play a little bit safer so you don't feed them anymore, really. So, because I did get that first blood, like I was saying, it is good to have that ward down in river. It did just expire, so I'm going to go back and pick up another one. I don't want to be in any position where I'm going to get ganked, really. I'm going to go back, I'm going to pick up the finishing part of my boots, and I'm going to pick up another ward. I decided to go with Ninja Tabby boots this game because of the physical damage I'm going to be receiving from him and from their team's, their Rengar. They have a jungle Rengar, and so I got to be careful with some of the attack damage that I will be taking from them. There he did some decent damage to me, and I did a little bit back to him, but now I'm going to use my ultimate and come in on him, and then use my ignite as well. He's going to flash, but that ignite's going to finish him off. I tried to poke him real fast with my Void Spike to try to kill him, in case the ignite didn't do it, but the ignite did, so no problems there. Now, as for my next abilities that I typically take in lane, at level 2, I do typically try to take my leap, just because it's kind of a good escapability, in case you are going to get ganked at level 2 and you're level 2. It gives you a little bit of a nice escapability. I mean, it's not really a massive leap, but it's nice. And then at level 3, I do take my Void Spike, so or you can take your Void Spike at level 2 if you want to try to get some of that life, I don't want to say lifesteal, but you heal off of it whenever you are in range of its radius when it explodes. So I do typically then do max out my Void Spike next. But as for your ultimate, which you should be taking at level 6, which I did, what happens is when you take your ultimate, which is your Void Assault, you basically go stealth for a second, and you get that increased move speed and fun stuff like that. You can activate it again then. But, ooh, there he gets away barely with not much health, but that's fine. I will keep farming in lane. But as for when you take your ultimate, then you are allowed to evolve one of your abilities. And what I typically like to do, I think this is kind of an important thing on the order in which you do this, because you don't need to use some of them right away, and you don't need to evolve certain things right away. Now, that last time back, I did finish off that one longsword into a phage, and I bought another one, so I'm going to be building into a brutalizer, and I picked up another ward just to keep my top warded. Here, Rengar's going to come out of the bush. I'm going to get jumped on. I'm going to use my ult and jump away to be safe. I'm going to use my ult maybe again in a second. Oh, I'm going to get ignited. Now, luckily, our Xin Zhao was top. I dropped a ward by accident because it was on Smartcast. And Jin's going to run in here and pick up double kill. I was going to come back and help him because he started getting low, but he picks it up just fine. So I'm going to pick up 2 assists there, which is nice. Don't be afraid to use your ultimate to get away. It's just kind of smart. You'll go invisible for that second. You might confuse them. So I like to use the ultimate, and then right when I pop back up, or when I'm about to come back up, I use my leap then to try to get further away and more distance between me, because I believe my flash was not up that time, or maybe it was, but there I get away again really close to dying. I got another ignite on me, so everybody's trying to ignite me. So luckily, I was fine. But as for what I was saying, after you do get your ultimate, you do get to evolve one of your abilities, and what I like to do is evolve my Taste Their Fear first, so I get that extra damage when they're alone. Because when you're in top lane, you're pretty much fighting alone, you're not going to have any problems to, you know, do the damage. As you can see there, like, you saw how much damage I did to their Rengar real fast, because I have that as the first thing I leveled up. Now, obviously, the next time I did take points in my ultimate, because I'm level 11 now, the next thing I will evolve is my leap, because of the distance, the increased distance it gives you. You can just come flying in from a ridiculous range to get to people, and then it does refresh every time you get a kill or an assist. So in a team fight, you can start jumping around a lot more, and that's kind of the main thing you need for this guy's ability. Because he just doesn't really get around in a fight as fast as I wish he did for someone who doesn't have as much CC as I wish he did. And I know you can pick up a little bit more CC by evolving your Void Spike, but I don't find it that an amazing of a slow, and I wouldn't recommend maxing that out unless your team doesn't really have any other CC at all on your team. So it's just something you have to consider. If you have no CC on your team, then yeah, probably should take your points in that, but if you have some other CC, I would not recommend maxing his Void Spike. It's just, I don't know. It's not my favorite, to say the least. And then, so the very last time I will evolve my ultimate, or after I get my last point in my ultimate, I will be evolving my ultimate itself, so I can go into stealth 3 times and take that reduced damage. Because the reason you don't need to take that one first is you're not in team fights typically before level 11. You're usually still in laning phase or around the laning phase. As you can see, I'm level 13 and we're still in laning phase because there's lots of farming in this game going on. No one's really able to push too much on towers. Katarina and me are kind of getting to a shuffle now. She's going to jump in, and I'm going to do all the damage I can to her, ignite her, use my ultimate, keep up with her, and just keep using that Q to just break all of her life back down. There, Rengar tries to come out and gank me then because he was a little late, and he did some good damage to me. But once again, with that increased leap on the leap, having that extra distance because it's evolved, I was able to get away from him pretty quick, and he was unable to finish off the kill. So those last few times I have gone back to base, I did finish off my Brutalizer. That's going to help me with a lot of damage early on in this game. I'm just going to eat through their armor when I use my Q ability because it is on a very short cooldown. And then I did pick up a Giant's Belt, which will be teaming up with my Phage. It's going to be going towards a Frozen Mallet so I can keep the slow on, since, like I said, don't have much CC. There you can see I do tons of damage to Rengar. He does not have any health items, so I'm kind of tearing through him pretty quick with my Q ability on him, and able to get a slowdown on him because of my passive for those 2 seconds, so he was kind of unable to escape. And he had used his ultimate too earlier when trying to come gank me before I went back that last time, so he wasn't really able to use his ult to get away either. So the enemy team, Kha'Zix, just got a triple kill on bot lane. Those are his first 3 kills he's got in this game. I think I already have 4 kills though, so he's going to start to catch back up a little bit. He kind of came into a fight after we had already gotten into quite a bit of a shuffle. Here I'm trying to chase him down, but couldn't get to him in time because I kind of wanted to kill him and shut him down a little bit. But that's okay for now. I did just finish off that Frozen Mallet. Now, I know some people have been building a Trinity Force, and I can see why you would want to, but I do like having a little bit more health with the Frozen Mallet, and because, like I said, this guy's CC isn't that amazing, you just got that little bit off your passive, and then if you do take your Void Spikes, but once again, I don't really recommend it because it's not that amazing, I'd recommend getting a Frozen Mallet so you have that increased slow ability. Here I'm going to try to jump in and help my team out. Do all the damage that I can to this Corki, ignite him, and shoot some stuff at him, get a kill on him, and then try to come over and help out with Katarina, but Jin's going to take care of that. Now I'm going to jump onto the Sona. I know I'm going to be able to break her down really quick. She doesn't have much going on for armor and life. I can tank this because I do have that Frozen Mallet. This isn't going to hurt me too bad because of all that health I have. So I'm going to pick up a couple kills there and help with us getting that tower gone. And we're going to see that the Rengar's over here. I'm going to try to jump through and do some damage to him. We're not going to dive it, though, because I think somebody shows back up. Yep, Corki comes back. But that's going to all happen. Now, as you can see in my build items so far, I did go back to that last time, and I did pick up some Magic Resist. I will be building that, which I just did, into a Hexy Drinker, which I will then go for the Maw of Malmortius. Now, typically, I kind of wanted to build this champion with a bit more attack damage and a bit more burst than I wanted to, or that I meant to build more, bursting. I tried some of that stuff, and you do lots of damage, but you have no survivability. I don't know why, but even with similar numbers to other champions on magic resist and armor, he just dies really fast in fights, it feels like. So I don't know if this is just how it feels as his playstyle, and that's just how it is, or what it is, but he just feels like he dies fast, which is why I do get all that health with that frozen mallet, and why I start to get some armor and some magic resist. Now, and I do still do plenty of damage with the items that I'm getting, so I'm kind of focusing on just trying to do really quick damage, yet still have some survivability, and some damage items that help me in some interesting ways, such as that frozen mallet, which is definitely going to help me keep the slow on. So when I find solo targets, since I am an assassin type champion, I will be able to stay with them, stick on them like glue, and if they do get a little bit away, I can just jump onto them again. So that's kind of your main item that you kind of need. So what we're going to do here is try to get into a little bit of a team fight. We're kind of in a weird position. I was going to try to jump over this wall, but I get denied for some odd reason. So I'm going to run this way. Rengar is going to be in here, I think, in a second. Yeah, there he goes in Viz. I think he's going to jump back in. I picked up the kill on their Kha'Zix, which was good to get rid of him. I pick up an assist on the Rengar and on Corki. Katarina starts to jump in. I'm going to start bursting her down. My Q's going to be back up. I'm going to hit her really hard with it and finish her off as well. So not too bad of a team fight for us. I just went legendary. Doing pretty good this game for the most part. Not super fed because this game's been going on for a little while, but definitely in a comfortable position for the most part. I'm going to go top lane real quick and clear this out best I can. And then head back to lane since I have over 2,000 gold. I'm going to be able to buy a few items, which is going to be nice. I'm starting to take a handful of physical damage, so I'm going to try to start negating some of that because I don't want to take any more of that. I think I'm going to pick up some armor here, maybe not. We'll see. Yes, I do pick up some armor, and I do pick up that pickaxe because that pickaxe will go towards my maw, and then that armor I'm going to start building towards my next item after this. Like I said, this build for him is a little more tanky bruiser than I thought I was going to have to go with Kha'Zix, but he just feels like he dies so darn fast, and without too much CC, I don't know, you just feel like you gotta build some more defense on him than you want to. Also, we don't really have an official dedicated tank, although Jin's getting pretty tanky too, so that's fine. We're getting to another fight over here on this side of the map. I'm gonna try to chase down their Rengar real fast. Get an assist on Kha'Zix, kill the Rengar. Try to kill this Katarina. She's doing massive amounts of damage. Gonna try to leap back in now since my leap's back up. Kill Sona real quick and then jump again to Corki and kill him for the triple kill. Like I said, it is great to take a point in your leap as your second thing. I know I'm level 18, but your leap, having that instant cooldown, you can keep jumping to your opponents and you can keep killing them really fast. So I would recommend definitely taking a point in your leap. Some people don't. And some people don't take points in their taste their fear, which that's another thing I would highly recommend. You do so much more damage because of it. It starts to hit really hard. So consider doing some of those things. There I did pick up my maw, and I did finish off that armor into the item I was building towards, which was an Atma's Impaler. So I'm going to get increased damage from that, and I get increased damage from the maw when I start to lose health. So right now sitting at 269 attack damage, which is pretty good. I've got a decent amount of armor at 158, I think, and then magic resist at 113, so getting a little bit more survivability while being able to do some damage. Rengar is using his ultimate to attack our Caitlyn on most of all these team fights. He's kind of initiating. I'm trying to chase down our Kha'Zix real quick. He used his ult. He just used it again. He's going to kind of get away for a second. We retreat for a split second. Jin comes in from behind. We don't really see this right away. I do now, and we start to run back into the fight. He's going to pick up a double kill, though, real quick, and kind of get them low enough to a point where we can kind of jump back in if we need to, but Katarina's going to jump towards us, and we're going to be able to CC her down real quick. Here, we're going to just kind of speed this up. We have lots of team fights happening, and the build's pretty much complete for most things. I leave that Brutalizer at a Brutalizer for a while. There's Rengar trying to initiate again. I'm going to jump to him and finish him off real quick, and we're going to get into another shuffle here. Yeah, luckily, Arjana keeps knocking Katarina out of her ultimate, which she's doing a great job of that. This is a Janna that actually plays Janna quite well, because those are rare, and it's nice to have a good support for a change. As for rune pages that I take for Kha'Zix, I usually go with armor penetration marks armor seals, magic resist per level glyphs, attack damage, or move speed quintessences. Those are kind of the best things that seem to work for him. Here we're going to get into another fight in their base. This is going to pretty much end the game out. As for masteries, it's pretty simple. Just go with the 2190 and get that extra health at level 1 so you can get into level 1 fights and be fine. I've died once finally in this game. I think I'm going to die one more time, but 14, 2, and 18 I think is going to be my final score. Maybe 15 kills, I can't remember, but pretty solid stuff. I like to go with the Guardian Angel as my last item, and then the Brutalizer is still a Brutalizer. I'll typically sell that and get a Last Whisper for even more attack damage and armor penetration, but that's pretty much the build I found out that works quite well with Kha'Zix. If you have any questions, put those in the comments below. But other than that, guys, I will just see all of you in the next build video.